Up in the next couple minutes on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Detroit Tigers Baseball. Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Ready to help. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
I'm Lions head coach Dan Campbell. When you're injured in an accident, you want respect. How do you get the respect and money you deserve?
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. They rob you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a picture.
As someone who grew up in the era of the twist, the locomotion, the Freddy, and other outrageous dances, the floss is easily the worst of all time.
The fan did touch that ball, and that's a big whoops. Any relation to Grant? I don't know. That guy was having a hard time figuring out what screen he was supposed to be looking at.
What a play! Alan Rodin! And hopefully he is all right.
Look at it's his eye black. That's his eye black. It has been transferred from face to wall.
Hello again, everyone. We're getting ready to wrap up this 3-game series. Tigers and Cleveland Guardians. It's a Skubal start day. And Dan, a week ago, just about, we weren't so sure it would be a Skubal start day after Skubal took himself out of a start in Miami. But by all accounts, it was not just an ordinary bullpen session in between starts, an intense bullpen session, knowing he had an extra day to recover, and all systems go. He is healthy, ready to go. And kind of a collective sigh of relief in the Tiger Nation with that news.
Yeah, I think he had to have a bullpen session like that to really test it, because you know that it's going to be even more intense when you're out in the game with the adrenaline rush that you're going to get going up against the Guardians. So he needed to simulate that as best as he could, and he got out of that. And there's no way he would start the day if he felt anything whatsoever.
And as you described earlier, there is just a feeling in the ballpark, in the clubhouse, on that bench, up here in the booth, on a Tarek Skubal start day. It lifts everybody up.
And you could sense by AJ's mood also, just that he was upbeat instead of, feeling, we're only 4.5 up and all the stuff that's going in the end of the season. You could tell that he was nice and relaxed and felt good about having Tarek on the mound.
Tigers badly in need of a win. Tigers just always ask Tarek Skubal, please, one more time, can you just automatically win when you take the mound? He's up to the challenge. Tanner Bibee is on the mound for the Guardians. He'll be going for his 11th win of the year, coming off his best start of his career.
Sometimes your calling doesn't shout. It hums. Like a lullaby floating through a warm night in San Pedro. Before he could walk, El Niño had already taken his first step toward greatness. For Fernando Tatis Jr., baseball wasn't just in the house because Papa was a pro pelotero. It hung over his cradle like a promise. Desde la cuna, El Niño ya tenía swing.
A lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century. And certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
shutout. Keys for the Tigers to have some success against Tanner Bibee today.
And he is. He's very, very competitive. But I like when you and I were talking before the game about hopefully the Tigers will hit some home runs. Bibee has given up 27 home runs, so hopefully the long ball is in the Tigers' future. But also jump on that fastball. He's got good secondary pitches, but most of the damage against Bibee is done on that fastball. So if you get one, just look for it and don't miss it.
Game time weather brought to you every game by Clean Express Auto Wash, the official car wash of the Detroit Tigers. Fast, easy, clean, and free vacuums. First pitch will be brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Tigers come in 85-67. 4.5 game lead over the Guardians, who are, well, they're rolling right now. They've won 11 of their last 12. They're 80-71. And they now get ready to face the 28-year-old native of Hayward, California. Grew up in Kingman, Arizona, Tarek Scubal.
So good to see Tarek back on the mound. It just seems like so long ago that he pitched because he only went 3 1/3 innings last Friday. But Tarek has just dominated the Guardians this year, pitching 16 innings, allowing just 5 hits, walking none, and striking out a whopping 23.
Stephen Kwan in the leadoff spot. First pitch, fastball low and away. And we are underway here at Comerica Park. So glad to have you along for the wrap-up of this 3-game series. First fastball from Tarek Scubal, 97 miles an hour. Third base side, the big leg swing as he goes into his motion. Fastball strike on the outside edge. 1-1 on Stephen Kwan. You talk about the shock troops in today for the Guardians. You've got Fry in the cleanup spot hitting 170. The 1-1, swinging a soft ground ball to first that hugs the line. Bobble by Torkelson. He gets back to the bag from foul territory. Reaches with his right foot after the bobble. And just beat Kwan to the bag. 1 up and 1 down here in the first.
Boy, big out. You just see Stephen Kwan. He does not let up. You know, he runs good out of the box. And just when that little bobble happened at first base, you could see him just turn on the jets. But Spencer Torkelson, always not panicking, gets to that ball and just lunges out with his right foot and grabs the bag for the first out.
Angel Martinez steps in. He bunts it down the first base line. It's a good one, and that's going to be a base hit. Except it rolled foul. Wow. Skubal, Dingler came over. It looked like a perfect bunt from Angel Martinez. And then when they realized they weren't going to throw him out at first, Dingler just let it roll. And as soon as it went clear of that chalk line, he picked it up.
Wow. I mean, have you seen? I mean, that was on the grass and just kind of rolling straight ahead.
I'm stunned that it went foul.
It went foul, yeah.
Because, yeah, once it's on the dirt, I mean, it had obviously a little more spin on it than Martinez realized, or we realized. It's just strike 1. Again, this lineup, this is, you would think, a very good matchup for Tarek Scubal. The strike 1 to Martinez. Swinging in a soft tap foul. He breaks out the knuckle curve. No balls and 2 strikes. Fry's in the cleanup spot hitting 170. Junkenzie Noel in the 6th spot hitting 150. Austin Hedges hitting 8th, hitting 147. The 0-2, fastball up. It's already a pitchable lineup, but for the day game, Stephen Vogt going to some guys off the bench who've had a really tough time just making contact this year. The 1-2, fastball, 99 up, wanted that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chris Conroy is the home plate umpire today. He's the crew chief. Brennan Miller at first, Jeremy Rehawk at second, Tom Hanahan, today's third base umpire. The 2-2 pitch, down and in after getting ahead 0-2, and you rarely see this with Tarek Scubal. When he gets ahead 0-2, 1-2, the at-bat is over in usually one of the next 2 pitches. Rare case where he gets ahead, no balls, 2 strikes, and the count is now full. Martinez loves to swing the bat. He rarely walks. 3-2, swinging a pop-up down the right field line. Torkelson racing, and just out of his reach, a dead sprint down that right field line, and it just went past the outstretched glove. Martinez will live to see another pitch. He'll see at least 7 in this trip to the plate.
Good sign so far. We've seen Tarek in 2 of the pitches here to Martinez. He's hit 99 on one and 100 on another.
Glove in front of the face, quick step to the side, into his motion again, 3-2, check swing, and the guy who does not walk against a pitcher who does not issue walks draws a walk. And one of the amazing things you can say is if Terry Skubal walks a batter early, you can kind of reliably predict that that will likely be his last walk of the day. One walk or none, 19 starts this year of his 29. The only batter in this lineup with a measure of success. Jose Ramirez steps in. He takes the first pitch, change up away, ball one. Fry waiting on deck. Tigers need a win. Cool off the Guardians for a day. Cut their magic number by 2. Build the lead back to 5.5 in the Central. There is a lot at stake today. Change up away. Tarek Skubal is used to this. Team asking one more time to come up big on a day when there is kind of a must-win feel to it. Tigers would never use that terminology. We can. 2-0, swinging a pop-up, fouling out of play. 2-1 on Ramirez. Lost the bat, went back to the wall behind home plate. Frankie Boyd, Tigers bat boy extraordinaire, picks it up and hands it back to him.
Yeah, that's the thing about Tarek Skubal. He's got that fantastic stuff, but besides that, he is a pitcher too. He knows how to pitch. Up against one of the best hitters in baseball, and not just giving in and throwing a fastball. He goes to a 2-0 slider to get that uncomfortable swing. 2-1,
fastball up and away. Fastball command is a little bit off early. Ramirez 10 for 27 in his career against Skubal with 3 doubles. Just 4 strikeouts. Batting righty, his stronger side, 3-1. Swinging a shot, diving stop at third by Keith. Gets up, throws, and in and out of the glove of Torkelson, who is backpedaling into foul territory. Mini collision with Ramirez, who goes down beyond first base. Gets up limping a little bit. That was a great diving stop. It saved a double and maybe a run. It'll be an infield hit for Ramirez. He is still bent over, standing up, but bent over. Trainer out. Stephen Vogt, the manager, out. It was going to be bang, bang at the base, but that's just one of those where Torque has to figure out, all right, I've got to back up into foul territory. Ramirez is crossing the bag at the same time. Couldn't avoid the collision. It wasn't a big collision, but I think just the tumble to the dirt, a little shaken up. Jose Ramirez is going to need a moment. It takes a lot to take him out of the game, and you can bet 100% he's going to stay in unless it's something that's going to require a trip to the hospital.
Did a couple of plays. He ended the game last night with fouling one off of his, his left leg.
Yeah.
And needed quite some time. And then right there, I think you're right. I don't think he made really hard contact with Torque. It was just the uncomfortable landing.
Yep.
Hitting that ground.
So 2 on, 1 out. Infield single for Ramirez, but a great diving stop by Colt Keith. David Fry takes a big cut, swings and fouls it back to the screen.
He takes that big cut right there. I mean, thinking that he's going to get a first pitch fastball, and this is where I just think that Tarek Skubal starts to eat up right-handers. You had your chance, you missed it right there.
Fry 1 for 6 in his career against Tarek Skubal. Swings and pops up a changeup. Playable. Torkelson in that first base coach's box will make the catch for the second out. Fry had a good year last year. Tommy John surgery, DH only this year, and he just has not been able to get the bat going. 2 outs. We'll leave it up to Arias, the fine shortstop. Gabriel Arias comes in hitting .224. He has shown some serious power to right center. Home run went there, and his double last night went deep to right center. Right-handed batter. First pitch, changeup, strike on the inside corner. The big change in the lineup with all the names that we mentioned, because there have been 8 left-handed bats with 2 switch hitters against Tiger starters the last 2 days. Now with a lefty on the mound, that takes out guys like Valera or Schneemann and Bo Naylor. Changeup misses low and away. As many right-handed bats as Stephen Vogt could squeeze into the lineup. even though the production has been lacking from most of them. 2 on, 2 outs. Tarek Skubal's pitch count about to hit 20. 10 strikes, 9 balls so far. 1-1, swing and a miss. 98 with life down and in.
You know, just talking about that power to right center that Arias has, and he's way off the plate, and he's taken those pitches that have been out over the plate, going the other way, but it's hard to believe that he can get to those pitches, just how far he is off that plate.
A lot of swing and miss in this bat. Skubal looking for his first strikeout. The 1-2, half cut, swing and miss. 99 up and away, wipes out Arias. Walking an infield single, but no more. First strikeout for Skubal ends the first. To the bottom of the first inning, Tigers trying to take the finale against the Guardians. Scoreless. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
Get ready to level up your trading card collection with 2025 Topps Chrome Baseball. Packed with the hottest rookies and fan-favorite vets. This year's release is...
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. They rob you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a picture.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
Or visit us at willowinsurancegroup.com.
Michigan's corn farmers innovate every year to protect our environment while providing food, fuel, and fiber. Find out more at micorn.org.
First inning today is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. And today's game brought to you in part by Northville Lumber, the official lumber yard of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Ninny Jam for Tarek Skubal in the first. Worked out of it. Now the Tigers get ready to face the 26-year-old from Mission Viejo in California, Tanner Bibee, making his 30th start of the year. First pitch to Parker Meadows is a fastball low and away, ball 1.
And Bibee throws 6 different pitches, 4-seam fastball, cutter, sweeper, sinker, changeup, an occasional curveball.
The 1-0, fastball low and in.
That 4-seam has been knocked around a little bit, with opponents hitting .302 with 8 home runs, while his sweeper has been his best pitch, with opponents hitting just .164 with 3 home runs.
The 2-0, fastball above the belt. Chris Conroy says quickly 3-0. ERA is a full run higher than it was last year, and there's no real obvious reason why. Fastball in. I was looking at it, Dan. It's just kind of like, well, strike throwing's the same. What opponents are hitting against him, pretty much the same. There's a little less swing and miss. Swing and a miss. And the thing that you kind of notice is the sweeper is not quite the effective pitch it was a year ago. But there's not a lot obvious, which is another way of saying, with low walks and a decent strikeout rate, this ERA probably should be lower than 4.40. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Swung through the cutter on the outside edge. 1 up and 1 down. Bounced back after falling behind Meadows. 3-0.
Just seems like a little bit. We talked about Gavin Williams getting together with Carl Willis in the offseason, just saying that 4-seamer had been hit too hard, so he started throwing the sinker and the cutter, going a little bit east-west. And I think that's the same for Bibee. He's starting to throw that sinker a little bit more and that cutter that he just got Parker Meadows with.
Yeah, throwing the four-seam fastball quite a bit less. Fastball away. It's good stuff. His average fastball, we just saw 96, is ticked below 95. Not a lot of guys with good histories against Tanner Bibee. Fastball away at 95. So he fell behind Meadows 3-0. Falls behind Gleyber Torres 2-0. Left side of the infield, Ramirez at third. Arias at short every day. Rocchio at second. John Kenzie Noel is today's first baseman. We're scoreless in the bottom of the first, the 2-0. Cutter misses away. On one website, the cutter is new this year, but StatCast says no, he threw a cutter last year. So it sounds like just they recategorized the hard slider, maybe.
Right.
The 3-0. Swing and a pop-up. Gleyber Torres hit a home run 3-0 the other day. Fouls this one off. Carpenter waiting on deck. Again, there's not a big difference. Lefties, righties, both in that 240, 250 range for batting average. The power number is just about the same. It's just been a little more hittable this year. It's a lot of little things at the margins that have added up to a higher ERA. Comes in with a walk rate of 2.5 per 9. A strikeout rate of 8 per 9. A 3-1. Perfect cutter. 88 hard on the outside edge. 3-2.
Probably not a good recipe for success to fall behind a 3-0 to the first two hitters, but he's been able to get back in the count on both hitters.
Pretty good chance he'll induce a swing here. 3-2. Swinging a foul out of play. Cutter away. Outfield plays Torres to go the opposite way, just slightly. Kwan, who's had quite a series in left, shades toward left center. Right fielder Jones in a little bit and toward the line. The 3-2 again. Fastball up. One out walk to Gleyber Torres. Just feels so important, Dan. Take the early lead against the Guardians.
No, you're right. It always is. And, you know, we've been saying this in the first two games of the series, too. If you can just drive that pitch count up on Bibee also. This bullpen, I mean, they've been leaning on a lot of these arms. And if you can get into it early, they can't keep going to the well that often and expect success.
And this is a guy who has given up runs. Even though the ERA arguably should be lower, Carpenter takes a pitch up and in. It's rare to see a starter, so he's coming off a first career shutout. 9 innings against the White Sox, no runs on 2 hits. Start before, he gave up 2 runs in 6 2/3, so that's a pretty good 2-start stretch here in September for Bibee. 2 runs in 15 2/3 innings. The 1-0, swing and a pop-up. Shallow center field. Martinez will drift in, make the easy catch on a 1-0. Carpenter, soft fly ball to center. But Dan, in his previous 8 starts, so the 2 good starts in September, in the previous 8 starts, you rarely see this. He gave up 4 or 5 runs, 8 starts in a row.
Yeah, and that was right before I think they got hot, too. And they need this guy to be pitching at his best if they're going to win, especially because they don't score that many runs.
So some inconsistencies start to start for Tanner Bibee. Stuff is good. Fastball strike to Riley Green. But we are keeping an eye definitely on that pitch. The fastball that, as Dan described, is quite hittable. Arias at short, shades up the middle. Ramirez, where the hole normally would be between short and third. Outfield straight up on Riley. The strike one. Shot foul. We've seen a few of those from Riley Green on curveballs, especially the last 2 days. Curveballs down, and it feels like he's on that pitch, but they've all been pulled foul.
Yeah, last night, boy, he was wearing out that crowd down the right field line, missing the net down there and sending rockets and everybody ducking.
Yeah, 2 good swings his last 2 at-bats. The 0-2. Fastball up and away, just 1 for 7 in the series, but they always put it in the context. How many good swings has he had? Not much in game 1. 2 good swings yesterday and just a consistent power production while hitting for average all year long. Bibee works third base side, sets, holds a glove at the letters, the 1-2. Fastball up and in. Riley pulls the hands in, backs away. Count evens up 2-2. Tigers trying to start something with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning of a scoreless game. Spencer Torkelson waiting on deck. Riley Green 3 for 15 with a double against this righty in his career. Flip over to first. Gleyber Torres was about a half a step off the bag, got back safely. Rocchio at second base shades way over toward first base. Kind of beyond where the hole would normally be between first and second. The 2-2. Changeup fades down and away. So two hitters get ahead 3-0, and then Bibee gets it back to 3-2. Now he gets ahead of Riley Green, no balls and 2 strikes, and Riley works the count to 3-2. That'll loosen up Gleyber Torres from first. Noel playing behind him. 3-2. Swinging a foul to the screen. Riley Green had a couple of epic battles yesterday.
Yeah, 12 pitch
Gavin
and 10
Williams.
pitch.
12 and 10 in consecutive at-bats against Gavin Williams. 22 pitches, a strikeout and a walk. I think he would like to end one of these long at-bats with something other than a strikeout or a walk. A big fly somewhere. Torres edges off for first. Bibee's given up 27 home runs this year. 3-2, swing and a pop-up. Left side of the infield, Jose Ramirez barely has to move. He'll make the catch on the infield dirt. Green pops out. Tigers get a walk and no more. We head to the second inning, scoreless in Detroit.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
You guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do like a brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
For the Guardians are in the second inning scoreless. Terry Skubal stuff hot out of the gate. Swinging a high foul fly down the left field line. 99, 100 in the first. Can't tell you what a nerve-wracking moment it was when he had to come out of that game in Miami. Swinging a line drive, base hit into left. Jhonkensy Noel went down and got a changeup. If there was one matchup that I liked maybe more than any other, it was Skubal against Jhonkensy Noel today, and Noel singles to left. Because Noel has a lot of swing and miss and has had a really rough year.
Yeah, just a changeup down and away, and just those big arms, big bat, just kind of reached out and poked it as strong as he is. Came off the bat pretty good.
Remember, the Guardians had a game last year. Turk gave up 1 run. Slider at the belt misses to Brian Rocchio. Switch hitter batting from the right side. Rocchio better from the right side by substantial margin, but he's not really much of a threat standing at home plate. Fastball away, and it's 2-0 on Rocchio. Guardians had a 10-hit game, 7 innings last year here in Detroit, and it was just a succession of, it felt like almost all of them off changeups. But they were just taking that ball to right field. Kansas City did that earlier this year, swinging a foul out of play. And since that game, Tarek is like, okay, you're going to do that? I'm going to change things up a little bit. And those numbers you read earlier, Dan, are just staggering. the dominance for Tarek Skubal in his starts against the Guardians this year. 16 innings of shutout work. 98-mile-an-hour fastball for a called strike. Just 5 hits and no walks. So 5 base runners in 16 innings. They've already had 3 today. 23 strikeouts. Rocchio waiting on a 2-2. On the way. Swinging a ground ball. Base hit into left. Off the changeup.
Yeah, just trying to put it in play. And Tarek, again, he recognizes that, just as you said, because Kansas City would wear him out doing the same thing. And he had difficulties in Kansas City pitching, and then he kind of figured out that, and I don't think he's given up a run in Kansas City this year either.
So 3 hits for the Guardians, all on the changeup. Austin Hedges batting. He swings and pops it up behind Torkelson. Gleyber Torres will go to the outfield grass. Infield fly is called. Hedges had actually had some measure of success against Tarek Skubal. He was 3 for 13. That's actually pretty good against Tarek Skubal. He pops out. That's another weak bat in this lineup. Now Nolan Jones steps to the plate, a very pitchable lefty.
That's probably why they weren't bunting. The Tigers were looking for the bunt from Hedges.
Nolan Jones takes a 98-mile-an-hour fastball at the knees for a called strike 1.
But they're
Long
just thinking,
first inning.
Yeah, they're just thinking, if I lay down and get it to second and third, you got left on left here with Nolan Jones, and chances are Tarek hopefully puts him down on strikes.
2 on for the second time in this game. 98-mile-an-hour fastball misses away. 2 on, 1 out in the first inning. Skubal got Fry to pop out. Arias to strike out. Now 2 singles off the changeup by 2 weak hitters. Austin Hedges pops out. 1-1 the count on Nolan Jones. Strike throwing just a little bit off so far. Swinging a pop-up. Slider down and away. Playable. Cole Keith onto the dirt track near the stands. Makes the catch. Goes into the netting lightly. Did he drop it?
Yeah.
Oh, he dropped it. Third base umpire Tom Hanahan was saying out, and then you saw Cole Keith slapping at the netting because he could not hold on.
Most of the time those pop-ups will come back, but that one just looked like it kept drifting over towards the stands. But definitely one of those ones that Cole Keith knows he should have had. That's why he was frustrated, kind of slammed his hand down on the padding.
1-2 the count on Nolan Jones. Lefty just doesn't hit lefties. Swing and a miss. 99 right by him, so it only extended the at-bat by 1 pitch for Tarek Skubal, his second strikeout. Got Arias to end the first inning on a fastball up. Wipes out Jones on a fastball at the belt, and he wasn't close. 2 outs. It brings up Stephen Kwan. One guy you just don't get swing and miss against, Stephen Kwan at the plate. First pitch starts him off with a changeup at the belt. He wasn't looking for that. Kwan 2 for 7 in his career against Skubal. 3 hits and a walk. First trip through the order. This begins the second trip through the order for Skubal. The strike 1. Ground ball up the middle and scooped up by McKinstry behind second. Turns and throws to Torkelson at first. McKinstry throws out Kwan. Another mini threat for the Guardians. Skubal works.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. They rob you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a pitcher.
It is a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's graded higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a packet or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
Second inning, Spencer Torkelson leads off against Tanner Bibee. First pitch, Cutter grabs the outside edge. Pitch that he was throwing a lot early. Generally 1 out of every 5 pitches. As Dan mentioned, it's one of his best pitches along with that sweeper. The strike one. Fastball away. Consistent 95, 96 on the fastball velocity. It's time for dollars on deck. If Wenzel Perez gets a hit this inning, Northfield Lumber will donate to Detroit Blightbusters. Northfield Lumber is Michigan's oldest business and largest Trex decking dealer. The 1-1. Swinging a foul out of play. It's always interesting to see the different arm angles. Gavin Williams, a little lower release. Here's a guy who's kind of right over the top, isn't he?
It is. A little bit shorter kind of arm path, too. But I look at that that cutter, and it does. It looks like a slider, so they just recategorized it. Like that's coming up a cutter.
Yep. And it looks like the same pitch that he had last year.
It looks like a slider.
So literally, it feels like just a recategorization of the same pitch he had last year. The 2-2. Swinging the line drive down the left field line. Hooking! Fair ball into the corner. Fielded by Stephen Kwan. Torkelson on his way to second. Throw not in time. Line drive double on a 2-2. Tigers have a man at second to start the second.
Well, got a changeup, and he left it up. And Spencer Torkelson says, catch that, Stephen Kwan. I'm going to hit it right where you can't get it. Right on the line, right down the left field line. And Stephen Kwan, again, comes up quickly with that ball. Made that play at second base a lot closer than I thought. You just think that it's going to be just an automatic double, but Stephen Kwan, you gotta run everything out because he's not quitting.
He stopped Torkelson at first base.
Yes.
On what we thought was going to be a double in game one. Curveball strike on the outside third to Wenzel Perez. Ramirez guarding against the bunt right up to the edge of the grass. Arias, the shortstop, up the middle. The outfield plays Wenzel just about straight up. Bibee works third base side. The strike one, swing and a miss. Wenzel's bat's gone a little bit quiet of late, but solid, consistent production all season long. 0 for 9 in this series, and it's really been rare to see 2 games in a row where he really hasn't hit the ball hard. Which just means, given what we've watched this year, he's due. The 0-2. Little pop fly, will it drop? Ramirez going out, and it will. Torkelson will scoot over to third. All right, didn't hit it hard, but he was due for a hit, and he blooped it in. Runners at the corners, nobody out.
Yeah, that's good to see. The Tigers get one of those breaks. I mean, Manzardo hit one last night, very similar, and got a double out of it. So that's a good thing. Instead of hard hit balls right at people, just kind of hit them where they aim.
That brings up Colt Keith. Worth repeating, 27 home runs allowed by Bibee, and he's an equal opportunity home run giver-upper, if you will. 13 home runs to righties, 14 to lefties. Infield will be drawn in pretty tight. First pitch, line drive down the right field line. That one's deep, and that ball is one hop up against the wall. Torkelson will score. Perez over to third. Sliding in safely at second base. Colt Keith with a double. Tigers take a 1-0 lead.
Boy, isn't that a good sign. And the Tigers really jumping on this off-speed pitches from Bibee. This is, again, one of those cutters, and about at the letters, too. And Cole Keith goes up and hammers it into right field.
So big to take the lead, and now a chance to add with a single, perhaps 2 runs. The outfield has been playing deep, and it has served them quite well these first 2 games, but a single with the outfield this deep almost surely scores 2. First pitch to Dylan Dingler, swinging a ground ball softly up the middle. Arias will field fire home, and they get Wenzel Perez at the plate. They'll put runners at the corners, 1 out.
Yeah, that was just Arias in his arm, and plus it was hit right at him, and he was just able to come in 2 steps, field it cleanly, and then just show off that arm to nab Wenzel at home.
Keith ends up on third. Second inning today is brought to you by the Michigan Lottery. Try the new Tigers Instant Game Pull Tab and 2 online games. Injury report is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Tigers activated Paul Sewald today, so he's coming off the injured list. It'll be fascinating to see his outings coming up because the Tigers really have plans for him if he can do what they think he can. Swinging a foul past the screen, get righties and lefties out, postseason experience, and when he's on, he's very effective. He pitched earlier this year for Cleveland. He is available today, and that means Jose Urquidy was designated for assignment. McKinstry takes curveball that stays up and away. Need to get this bat going. It feels like those 3 days that he missed with the upper back problem have just the swing hasn't been there since he has come back. We're just used to seeing line drives off his bat everywhere. The 1-1. Whoa, way up with the cutter. Hedges, the veteran, was down on a knee, and he had to just stab at that with his glove, almost head high to Zach McKinstry over the plate to prevent a run scoring.
You know, and Zach McKinstry, once you get one of those hits, you think it'll start to snowball. He had that one taken away by Stephen Kwan yesterday with a marvelous play. Certainly a double, if not a triple.
Yeah, and that was the swing, you're right, that suggested, all right, he's getting back to where he wants to be. Swing and a miss, stays with the cutter, high and tight to the lefty. He's got that late movement. That was the sharpest one I think he's thrown today.
And a little less movement that time. A little bit more like a cutter is supposed to be rather than that slider.
In at the corners, middle of the infield, deep enough to still turn a double play if they get a ground ball. The 2-2, swinging a foul right down below us. McKinstry comes in hitting .259, 11 home runs, 48 RBIs with 19 steals. The Kwan running catch yesterday on his ball was, it's just a thing of beauty, you have to say it. Gold Glover, and he went and got it up the gap in deep left center. 2-2, swing and a miss. Changeup fooled him. That allows the infield to back up. Tigers would like to add to this 1-0 lead, not just settle for 1 when you had to run in runners at second and third. Now it's runners at the corners, 2 outs for Parker Meadows.
Well, that was a nice pitch to Zach McKinstry. Good arm speed, the action right off the previous pitch, which was a fastball. Just well done by Bibee.
Meadows struck out on a 3-2 cutter first time up. He has put together really good at-bats since his return from the injured list. First pitch cutter has him jumping back out of the way. 15 for 41, a cool 366 since his return. I also like, Dan, the 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Really good plate discipline. Lots of hard contact. The 1-0. Swinging a line drive, that'll be caught at shortstop by Arias. 2 steps to his right. He backhands a soft line drive. And the Tigers settle for 1. Ahead of the third inning, 1-0 Tigers after 2 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Hi, Tigers fans.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade, you gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Third inning today is brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. Unfortunate new defensive alignment on the infield. Colt Keith has come out of the game, and we'll have to wait and hear word from the Tigers about why. He just doubled in the first run of the game. The Tigers have a 1-0 lead. Angel Martinez takes the first pitch slider for a strike. Trey Sweeney into the game, and that pushes Zach McKinstry over to third. Again, Colt Keith comes out. Fastball 97 high and tight. Stuff has been sharp, or I should say the velocity has been there for Tarek Skubal. Command just a little bit off. Swinging a soft tap foul, but now Danny's starting to fill up the strike zone. He started the game with 10 strikes, 9 balls. Now he's thrown 15 strikes and 4 balls his last 19 pitches.
Yeah, every now and then he'll have, not too often though, but one of those couple of innings that takes him to get going.
Yep.
You know, I think he had one against the White Sox where he walked the first one, and then the next hitter hit into a double play, and that was it.
Fastball up and in, swing and a miss. Martinez wiped out by 98. All 3 hits off the changeup, and this is where, I mean, the Tigers have talked about this. This is where he has really progressed. I mean, again, he's gotten better in a lot of small but significant ways this year after being the unanimous Cy Young Award winner last year, but learning how teams are trying to attack him, working with his catcher. It's been mostly Dylan Dingler this year. Such a big step for him. Line drive to right field. Perez back a couple of steps, turns, makes the catch. Jose Ramirez, another good swing. Lines out deep to right field for the second out here in the third, and now the out's coming a little bit quicker for Tarek Skubal. But it really is. It's just one of those learning curves for young pitchers, and he started to learn that at the end of 2023. And he just applied it throughout 2024. And so while you think of, well, why are they getting singles off the changeup? Believe me, that the change in pitching patterns has already been put in place by Dingler and Tarek Skubal. First pitch changeup, strike to Fry. Every lineup is different. Every start, therefore, for that guy on the mound is going to be different with your game plan. Check, swing, foul. And Tarek Skubal is mostly 3 pitches or 4 with the 2 types of fastballs, but they can get very creative in how he uses them.
Yeah, I just like the way now it's one run, and it's like a different attitude.
Fastball, swing and a miss. Fry wiped out by 100 at the belt. 4th strikeout for Skubal, who has retired 6 in a row with 3 strikeouts. Fastball's lively.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. and just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha. And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bach beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man. Let's go to town. Yeah.
Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how
Tigers donates up to $500 to nonprofits supporting Michigan kids. Go Tigers!
Leads off 1-0 Tigers are in the third. First pitch, cutter away, swing and a miss. Sharp late break. Gleyber Torres walked on a 3-2 and a 7-pitch trip to the plate his first time up. Tigers scored last inning on a Colt Keith double. Swinging a ground ball, base hit into right. One hop off the dirt, sweeper away. He went down and got it. Gleyber Torres starting to put together some pretty good at-bats. And as the average has fallen, he's still drawing his walks. And just a matter of time before the hits start to fall. Multiple hit games you feel like coming up, which is what we saw a lot of this season from Gleyber Torres.
I just love that swing of his when it's out over the plate and he sees the ball deep and lets it travel and then just flips that barrel of the bat and shoots it into right field.
Kerry Carpenter takes a pitch high and tight. Hedges guns it down to first. Noel applies the tag. Gleyber Torres is back. Bibee is a pitcher you can run on. He has not done a good job slowing the running game. Gleyber Torres has 4 steals. I think they all came in April. So don't look for him to go, but something to watch as this game goes on. Tigers have not been stealing many bases of late. Swing and a tap foul, or for that matter, all year. But usually when the pitcher's on the mound and there's traffic on the base paths and he doesn't hold runners, they'll take their shot.
I was a little surprised in Miami that there wasn't more of that.
A team that just didn't even bother.
Yeah.
Didn't even pretend they were trying to hold runners, but the Tigers couldn't get any traffic.
Any traffic going. Yeah, that was
Sandy
the other thing.
Alcantara had given up, I'd never seen that before, 32 steals, 0 caught stealing, and the Tigers couldn't get any traffic. Bibee gets a little more hittable each trip through the opposing batting order. The 1-1 swing and a pop-up off the breaking ball. Long run for Ramirez. That ball is caught. Thought it was heading into the seats, but it stayed on the dirt track for Jose Ramirez to track it down. Carpenter pops out for the first out here in the third inning. Man on, man out. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers radio network. The series with the Guardians is brought to you by the Toyota dealers of Michigan. Man on a man out. Riley Green popped out first time up to Ramirez. Fastball up and away. Ball 1. Guardians in their road grays. Blue piping down the pant legs. The dark blue jerseys today. Block letter C outlined in red, outlined in white. Cutter low and in. A good hitters count for Riley Green, 2-0. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. Again, Bibee gets a good number of ground balls and double plays turned behind him. Arias right up the middle, the 2-0 to Riley. Cutter at the belt, kind of a 50-50 ball. Chris Conroy says strike 1. Torkelson doubled his first time up. He's waiting on deck. Jones in right field shaded way over toward the line, playing Riley Green to pull. Most teams do not. Swinging a shot down the first base line. Another curveball down. Another pulled foul off the bat of Riley Green.
Does it look to you, Riley's making some really good swing decisions? You know, he's laying off a lot of pitches instead of just up there just happily swinging. He's being a little bit more patient, searching out
no question.
that really good pitch.
The 2-2. Fastball up. No, we talked about that. I mean, he's just gone through a stretch where he drew 5 walks in 40 games. Was still productive, but the production was beginning to drop. And now he's starting to draw some walks. The production has gone way back up. He's going to hit one of these curveballs out. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Cutter got him at the belt.
Well,
that cutter's right. It's a very effective pitch.
I mean, and he's leaning on it heavily in the game today.
Sure is. Throwing it a lot more than he normally does. Research department telling us, Cody Stavenhagen reporting that after the last out of the last inning, Cole Keith went down the steps, kind of grabbed at his lower back and said something to A.J. Hinch, and then just went down the dugout steps and apparently up into the clubhouse. That's all we know. Maren Klein is our research department, and she's just been terrific all season long. Great, nice presence in the booth every day. She is digging the numbers, tracking pitches for us, and it's just been great having Maren Klein. You know, we don't always mention who the research department is because oftentimes it's a party of one, but Maren Klein has been doing the work all summer long. Fastball strike, 1-2 on Spencer Torkelson.
I was waiting when the name was going to come up for the research department. Every time you said it, I said, when's he going to mention that? That's great.
When's he going to mention Maren Klein is a superstar? You're going to hear her broadcasting hockey games in the not-too-distant future. Torkelson waiting on a 1-2. Bibee sets, working third base side, holds his glove at the letters. Pauses an extra beat, the 1-2 pitch. Up and away. The cutter above the belt. Torque hit a changeup for a double down the left field line, and we talk about it all the time, Dan. It's just such another good example of his ability to stay on these pitches with his new approach instead of pulling them foul.
Yeah, and he's been pulling a lot of them foul, so that's a lot better than hooking that baseball foul into that net.
2-2, up and away. And that's what we would have seen last year on a lot of these pitches that he's now driving to left field. Got the count full. 2 outs. That'll loosen up Gleyber Torres from first. John Quincy Noel holding with him. Rocchio at second base, shades up the middle. The outfield plays Torque to pull. Homer in game run. Double in this game. Swings and pops it foul out of play. Home run in game 1 in the 10th inning. 2-run shot made it 7-5, and that was the final score. Guardians took it 7-5. Was his 29th of the year. And just slowly, he's just inching that batting average up. Had 4 hits in game 1. Steady power production all year. Torres takes off, 3-2. Line drive to left field, hit it too hard. Stephen Kwan will backpedal 2 steps. That was a line drive to 1 step in front of the warning track for Stephen Kwan. Good swing, and it's the 3rd out of the 3rd. Head of the 4th inning. Tigers trying to take the finale after losing the first 2 against the...
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted the famous dog, so she told me to do it.
In the air to right field. Once Perez will come in, put that in his back pocket. And Gabriel Arias, soft little fly ball to right field. One pitch, one out. Tarek Skubal starting to get, and this is what the great ones do, right, Dan? First two reach in the second inning, pitch count beginning to climb after a 5-pitch at bat for Rocchio. He gets Hedges on the first pitch. He gets Kwan on the second pitch. He gets Ramirez last inning on the first pitch. Arias on the first pitch. His strikeouts were 3 and 4 pitches. This is what the great ones do. Pitch count high early. They know how to get quick outs.
And it doesn't happen very often, but occasionally he'll have a hard time getting settled in. And now he's just definitely settled in.
Fastball for strike one. Knuckle curve bounces. Jhonkensy Noel behind 0-2. He may see a changeup, but he saw a changeup 1-0 first time up. I think he's going to see another fastball before he maybe sees a changeup, but it just feels like you can power this guy.
I would say up.
3 walks, 45 strikeouts this year. 0-2. Fly ball, left field. This one's deep. This one's trouble, and this ball is gone. A home run. He got another changeup, and he did not miss. Guardians tie the game at 1.
Yeah, you could just see it right there that Dylan Dingler was set up on the outside part of the plate. You knew it was going to be a changeup. And we were just talking about that high fastball or a fastball inside. He just covers that outside part of the plate right on the outside corner and somehow gets out to hook it right into the Tiger bullpen or over the Tiger bullpen.
Fastball swing and a miss to Brian Rocchio. The strike one. Fastball 99 in for strike 2 on an 0-2. Jhonkensy Noel hitting 150. Hits a home run off Tarek Skubal. That's a stunner.
He's just so strong, too, and it just, you get those arms extended out over that plate, and they can just make that ball go a long way.
The 1-2, swinging a foul off the mask of the catcher, Dylan Dingler. And he just he's just been missing it. I mean, normally that changeup is down and away and in the dirt.
Yeah.
And for an 0-2 changeup from Tarek Skubal to be up like that is really unusual. The 1-2. Fastball away. That was a backdoor slider at 93. Didn't get the call. Tarek thought he was turning and letting Dylan Dingler get ready to throw the ball around the infield. Then he realized, oh, wait, that was called a ball. It was outside. It's just that Dylan Dingler made it look like such a strike. Tarek thought he had strike 3. Now he's got some work to do. Rocchio waiting on a 2-2. Swinging a foul, just a flick of the bat at a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. So the longest at-bats of the day. Angel Martinez saw 7 pitches in the first inning. He's got a walk rate of 4%. That's really low. And Rocchio now with 2 long at-bats. Go figure. Changeup misses down and away. Rocchio takes 7th pitch of the at-bat. Is ball 3.
Yeah, you can see Tarek did not want to make another mistake with that and really tried to bury that. Really turned it over to get it going down and away from right-handed hitting Rocchio.
3-2, swing and a miss. Slider down. Rocchio strikes out. 5th strikeout for Tarek Skubal. He has now surpassed last year's season total of 228 with his 229th strikeout. That home run for Jhonkensy Noel on an 0-2 pitch. First time that Tarek Skubal had given up a home run on an 0-2. He'd hardly given up a hit. in an 0-2 count. 11 for 95 for opposing batters this year. 1-0 changeup, swing and a miss for Austin Hedges. This guy's around, even though he's hit about $150 for, well, almost his entire career, but certainly lately, because he can catch. He is a well-respected backup catcher, and he's been with Cleveland for a couple of go-rounds now. San Diego to Cleveland, went away for a year, and now back with Cleveland the last two. Has a good hitter's count. 2-1. Changeup misses low. 3-1 on Austin Hedges, who popped out first pitch swinging first time up.
Just forcing that changeup. He threw a bad one for ball one, and then you saw him just slam his glove. Like, I got to figure this out because I'm not happy with the changeup. Then threw a good one to get to 1-1, but now it's almost like he's being, I got to get this. I'm going to keep throwing it until I get it right.
3-1, swinging a ground ball deep in the hole at short and passed. Driving Trey Sweeney. Austin Hedges picks up his fourth career hit against Tarik Skubal in 15 at bats. Doesn't sound like much, but again, this is a guy who's hit 180 in his career. And he just turned on 99.
He just always seems to do something.
He
it's still not big numbers, but it's just something. He's going to do something against the Tigers. Yep. And he probably has fun with this. Like, doesn't get to play too often. Bo Naylor doing most of it. And so, thanks a lot. I get to play Skubal. But he probably relishes the fact.
Yep. Fastball up to Nolan Jones. Just as we talked about all the efficient innings and batters for Tarik Skubal, suddenly some long at-bats. Bottom part of the order. Hedges saw 5 pitches. Rocchio saw 8. The 1-0. Swinging a pop foul out of play. Quickly 0-2. Or 1-1, make it on Nolan Jones. Pitch counts are brought to you every game by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Fourth inning is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 81 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. Pitch count at 62 for Tarik Skubal. If he can get Jones on one of these next 2 pitches, he'll be at an exact average number of pitches through 4. The 1-1. Soft tap foul. Struck him out on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. And it was a mismatch with that fastball. Skubal takes a little walk to the back of the mound. Looked like he needed a little breather there. Now he climbs the mound, settles in third base side. 1-1 game. We're in the 4th inning. Jhonkensy Noel, 5th home run of the year, has tied the game. The 1-2 is swinging a line drive. Base hit. Slider that was up. Nolan Jones singles to center field. This is rather stunning, the quality of the at-bats from some very weak hitters.
Yeah, good. Chris Fetter going to go out and just give Tarik Skubal that breather, as you mentioned, where he stepped off the mound looking just to catch his breath slightly and just check on him, make sure he's okay. But yeah, that slider, I was thinking the same thing. I'm thinking that's going to be a pretty good pitch, I think, that slider. Or like you think about a big Brant Herter sweeper, something like that. But that one was just left up right out over the plate. And just Nolan Jones being able to just fire it back up the middle.
Not a pitch that he usually wipes out lefties with. It feels like a bit of a surprise after he wiped him out with 99. First at bat. 6 hits for the Guardians. And Skubal, for the 3rd time in 4 innings, has to work out of a 2-man-on jam. This begins the 3rd trip through the order. Stephen Kwan takes a fastball up and away on the outside edge for a called strike 1. Not too often you say Tarik Skubal is beginning his 3rd trip through the opposing order in the 4th inning. The strike 1. Fastball away. 99 on the fastball. 5 hits in 16 innings against the Guardians this year for Tarik Skubal. 6 hits today. We're in the 4th. The 1-1, swinging a pop foul out of play. 1-2 on Stephen Kwan. John Kenzie Noel with a home run on an 0-2. Austin Hedges, he of the 147 batting average, turns on 99 and singles into lefts. And Nolan Jones, a lefty who was hitting 180 against lefties this year, singles on a 1-2 slider. Kwan really tough to strike out, waiting on a 1-2. On the way, swing and a foul to the screen. You just don't even see Stephen Kwan swing and miss. Not for a third strike, but it feels like at any time in the at-bat.
You know, and he just never seems to be fooled either.
No.
You know, he's just very confident in the box. He's got that short little swing, so you're not going to fool him. You're not going to really throw it by him at any time.
Pitch count approaching 70. The 1-2 is swinging another foul.
See, that's 98 up the top of the strike zone, and he just kind of flips the bat head at it just to get a little piece of it.
It's Gleyber Torres extending an at-bat.
Yeah.
Kwan might be one of the very best in the game at it. This will be the sixth pitch of the at-bat. Another 1-2 on the way. Swing and a soft little tap foul. Change up after 98 away. Change up down. And he can just cover everything. Skubal works third base side. Sets, holds a glove at the belt. The 1-2. Change up miss, down and in. Seventh pitch of the at-bat is ball 3. The ball 2 make it. Seventh pitch of the at-bat to Rocchio earlier this inning was ball 3. Long at-bats here in the fourth inning by some surprising batters at the bottom part of the order. The 2-2. Swinging a foul. Boy, it's so tough. The guy who just won't swing and miss. You're just not necessarily going for the swing and miss, but you're trying to locate a pitch that you know he can maybe put in place softly.
And that's where he keeps going up, and that's where I think you got to attack him, especially with that velocity right there. If it's down, that's something he might be able to handle, but up there, if he doesn't foul it off, it's more a fly ball pitch or a pop-up, something like that.
Hedges at second base. Jones runs well. He's at first. Again, the 2-2. Ninth pitch of the at-bat. Swinging a soft ground ball. Fouled on the first base line. Well, this is like Riley Green last night against Gavin Williams. He single-handedly shortened Williams' day. And now Stephen Kwan with at least a 10-pitch at-bat. Going to shorten this day, I think, for Tarek Skubal. Pitch count climbing into the mid-70s. We're in the fourth. 2-2. Swinging a little pop fly. Riley Green comes in. He'll make the catch. Softly into left. Stephen Kwan flies out. Long at bat. One in the end by Tarek Skubal.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. They rob you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a pitcher.
great beer is sold.
Tigers. Instant replay brought to you every game by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. Tigers bat, bottom of the fourth, 1-1 game, trying to take this final game against the Guardians. They play again next week. Fastball on the outside edge, gets a called strike. Wenzel Perez leading off. Sweeney in for Colt. Keith is waiting on deck, and then Dylan Dingler will follow. Some good swings against Tanner Bibee today. So far, just the one run. A big missed opportunity in the second inning when the Tigers scored their run. Change-up strike to Wenzel Perez, quickly behind 0-2. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. The outfield straight up, the 0-2. Swinging a foul. Second trip through the order. And Tanner Bibee gave up a line drive single from Gleyber Torres going the opposite way. The Torkelson line drive out deep to left field. Otherwise, he pretty much cruised through the order a second time.
Well, nice play by Rocchio, too, to read that off the bat. And as you described, backing up so he'd get himself a good hop where it hit and then the long hop and made an easy out.
Fastball goes down and away to Parker Meadows. This is when the numbers really begin to jump. Batting average jumps second trip through. It stays at a pretty high level as he goes through an order a third time. What you notice is the power numbers jump as Tanner Bibee navigates a lineup a third time. Change up away. He's given up 10 home runs in 160 at-bats. Third trip through an order, 2-0. Fastball middle for a called strike. That's the pitch. Feel like they have to be able to attack. The 2-1. Carter misses up, 3-1 on Meadows. Love to see Parker get on and take advantage of a guy who doesn't hold runners well.
And that's the thing with that 2-0 fastball. Now, I know Parker's trying to get on base, but Bibee is uncanny about getting back into counts.
Yes, he is. 3-1. Bounced it up to home plate. He bounced the cutter.
Not that time.
One out, one on. Meadows has not stolen a base since his return, but boy, you sure feel like if he's as healthy as he looks in terms of how he's moving and running. A pitcher who's allowed 16 steals and 18 attempts this year. I would certainly think he's going to be trying to go if he reads that move. First pitch to Gleyber Torres. Cutter at the belt has him leaning back. It's a called strike one.
This is such a good combination, too. If you have that base-stealing threat over there, you would like to think that you're going to get some pitches that would be harder for Gleyber Torres to shoot into right field.
Strike one. Fastball misses big. Off the plate away at 94. 1 ball, 1 strike.
There's just that big hole on that right side that Gleyber shot it through his last time at bat. Noel holding the runner on. Rocchio way up the middle.
The 1-1. Four-seam fastball away, down and away. They keep pitching him away.
And this just seems like that count again, that where he's going to throw that cutter out over the plate. Perfect opportunity again, should he want to shoot it into right.
Short, cautious lead for Meadows at first. The 2-1. Swing and a pop-up, fouling out of play. First base side, just beyond the Guardians' dugout.
Boy, he did. He went to that cutter, but he left it over the middle. Just above the belt. Gleyber got underneath it.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Torres digging in, then he asked for time. Something in his eyes. Going to dab at it with the jersey. Puts the helmet back on and digs back in. Rocchio's really good turning the double play at second base. Arias grades out a little below average turning the double play at shortstop. Meadows edges off, short, cautious lead. He'll draw a throw. Kenzie Noel was off the bag, caught it, reached behind him to tag Meadows. He wants the dugout to check, but I don't think anybody's putting the hand up. Play on, says Stephen Vogt. That's a good quick move for a guy who doesn't hold base runners well.
Yeah, John Kenzie was way off the bag, kind of taking away that hole, doing it again, and then just going back to tag Parker Meadows.
Torres waiting on a 2-2, 1-1 game. We're in the fifth. The pitch. Checked his swing on a changeup down. Another good long at bat.
Well,
Gleyber Torres.
What do you think here? 3-2.
I'm feeling the cutter away.
Parker going to be off and running here. 3-2.
Doesn't feel like it. He's not even taking a big secondary. 3-2. He takes off, swinging a foul out of play. And that was definitely not trying to steal a base. That was just runner in motion for Gleyber Torres.
Did not have a good jump
No,
whatsoever.
He
made sure that he was going home. And when he saw him, made sure he was going home. That's when he took off.
That's trusting Gleyber Torres is going to make contact. 3-2. There he goes. Pitch is high. Throw down. Oh, no, they called it. Strike three. Meadows will steal second. Wow. That was well above the belt. That has not been a strike all day. It looked like ball four. Wow. That's a stunner. It should be two men on with one out. Instead, Meadows' fourth steal of the year puts him at second. Throw was high from Austin Hedges. Brings up Kerry Carpenter. He's popped out to third base, and he really popped out his first time up. A soft fly ball to center field. First pitch, cutter in. Taps it foul on the ground off to the right. And this Guardian staff was pitching extremely well coming into this series, and they have limited the Tigers' first two games in regulation to 3 runs. They scored 2 in extra innings, but 3 runs and 0 runs. And today, just the 1 run on 4 hits. It's what they are doing. It's how they've gotten back into the thick of things in the playoff picture. The 0-1, swinging a tap foul. The cutter up and in.
There's that smaller one 2 times in a row where that did not have any of that vertical break to it. That just had the side to side and right up under the hands of Kerry Carpenter on both of them.
Pinch hit home run in game 1. 1 for 3. Line drive single, line drive out, plus a walk in the game yesterday. Just feel good with Kerry Carpenter standing at home plate. Third time, facing Tanner Bibee. The 0-2. Check swing. Did he go too far? Yes, he did. Curveball in the dirt. Carpenter strikes out. Tigers get a man to second, but can't get him home. We head to the 6th inning in a 1-1 game on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
At Comerica Bank, we're creating opportunity for small businesses to...
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
Today was brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. 1-1 game. We go to the 6th. First pitch slider to Gabriel Arias. A little bit low, ball one. Low back tightness is the word on Colt Keith. Changeup, swing and a miss. 1-1 on Arias. So hopefully that's no more serious than the left side tightness that Tarek Skubal took him out of the game in Miami. Swing and a miss. Because Tarek Skubal looks like Tarek Skubal today. Whatever it was minor. And it felt like he needed a few innings to dial it in. I'm still puzzled by that fourth inning with the bottom third of the order. Bottom part of the order doing so much damage. But man, this is good stuff. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup that it feels like he's been searching for that feel, that movement on that pitch. He gets Arias' seventh strikeout of the day.
And that's more like the one he meant to throw to John Kenzie Noel. And you're right, it's like 50-50 between a good one and one that kind of cuts. Every now and then, he'll have that issue with it cutting instead of going down and away to the arm side.
John Kenzie Noel swings and lines one foul down the left field line. He sees the knuckle curve.
We keep waiting for that fastball, and they just seem to be staying away from it.
The strike one, fastball up. It just feels like you can overpower, with all of his struggles. Changeup first at bat. He singled on the second changeup. Got ahead 0-2 in his next at bat. Started him off with the fastball, and then the changeup went out for the home run. Fouls off a slider. But you're right, they clearly don't want to attack him with fastballs.
That's something they don't like, yeah.
It's a lot of swing and miss in this bat. And in a 2-strike count, I feel like they just got to wipe him out. 1-2, a swing and a miss with that. 101 on the outside edge.
That's the one right there, up in the strike zone, right where Dylan Dingler wanted it. And Tarek looks like he's getting stronger. Ended that last inning, the fifth, with 102. Right there, 101.
6 in a row, retired since the 3 hits in the space of 4 batters in the fourth inning. Rocchio swings and misses at a fastball. Pitch count into the low 90s. 6th inning today brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. When an experience at Demmer difference. Slider on the back door is lifted in the air to right field. Long run for Wenzel Perez. He will slide and did not make the catch. The ball goes by him into the corner, and that's going to be 3 for Rocchio. Gets the ball into Gleyber Torres. Rocchio turns and holds at third base. Long run, just a soft fly ball in the right spot, and when Perez couldn't make the catch and it got by him, you knew Rocchio would end up on third.
Boy, heck of an effort by Wenzel, too. Just went sliding like he's sliding into second base, trying to come up with that great catch, and just slipped by him all the way to that wall.
Austin Hedges turned 99 around and sharply singled to left his last time up. 4th career hit against Tarek Skubal. Slider 94 at the belt. Almost looks like a cutter. Ball 1. A surprisingly tough out in recent years for the Tigers, Austin Hedges. Changeup misses down. Last 2 years, 6 for 16 with 6 RBIs against Tigers pitching.
So he should
Sharp
be sitting
single
fastball.
today.
Should be sitting fastball here.
The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Looked like he was. Good changeup.
Yep, and that's the thing that makes Tarek so good, is that he doesn't care that Austin Hedges is just hitting 140 and 150. He's going to take him seriously and makes a beautiful 2-0 pitch.
2-1, fastball up. Noel, Rocchio, Hedges, and Jones, all with mighty struggles at the plate this year, have combined for 6 hits. The 3-1. Fastball, a slider on the outside edge. That's a perfect pitch. He didn't get the call.
Yep.
Man. That's been a strike today.
That's been the pitch, too. That's that backdoor slider that Tarek likes to throw to right-handers. Yep. But now he's got Nolan Jones coming up here, left on left. Put an end to this and empty the tank, Tarek, right here in the 6th inning.
Hit a slider for a single on a 1-2. Don't picture him getting another slider. You can wipe this guy out with fastballs. First pitch, fastball 100, outer third, strike one.
Boy, Dan, that just looks like it's coming out of his hand so easy.
It's just jumping out of his hand.
Yes. I mean, it's not that big, violent delivery. It's just a nice smooth and then popping that wrist at the end.
Working third base side to strike one. Fastball 100 again. Yes, he's emptying the tank. Strikeout update brought to you by Carbliss, the official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. Runners at the corners, 2 outs, 6th inning in a 1-1 game. 8 strikeouts for Scubal, 7 for Bibee. Skubal trying to get Nolan Jones. It's a good matchup for him. The 1-1. Fastball low and away. Pitch count at 100 for Tarek Skubal. He's only reached triple digits in pitch counts a couple times this year in the 2-1. Swinging a foul past the screen, 98 down. And I can't picture anything else here.
Nope.
Stay with the fastball. Line drive single and a strikeout for Nolan Jones. Outfield plays him to go the opposite way. Came in hitting .211, and he does not hit lefties. Upright, relaxed stance. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Got him. 100 to finish the day. Tarek Skubal is back. 9th strikeout of the day. Ends the 6th inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th in a 1-1 game. This is the
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches. A hand steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
Jammed and a little pop-up. Everybody's coming, but the pitcher wants it. Now he's going to give way. What is he doing? It's going to be dropped.
Keystone Cops on the infield for the Rockies.
Isbell's got to beat him. And battling the sun, he bobbles and recovers.
That's a highlight tape and a heck of a catch.
That went straight lawn dart. It's in the ground. On guard. That's it.
See, it comes off that stool down there and makes a nice catch, a hot line drive.
And Vladdy's applauding.
Davy Tree and the Detroit Tigers are excited to present triples for trees. 3 trees planted for every Tigers triple this season. That's 99 trees and counting.
One game in the bottom of the 6th inning. I think Tarek Skubal's feeling okay, Dan.
The way he ended that inning, absolutely.
Swinging to tap foul, Riley Green gets a cutter in from Tanner Bibee. His pitch count is at 91 coming into the 6th inning. Bullpen begins to stir for Cleveland. They'll strike one. Ground ball up the middle, and that's right where Arias is behind second. An easy toss to Noel at first base. 1 up and 1 down. 6th inning in a 1-1 game. Tigers scored their run in the 2nd inning. A Torkelson double. He's striding to the plate right now. Wenzel Perez bloop single, put runners at the corners. Cole Keith double, put runners at 2nd and 3rd. And the Tigers could not add on. John Kenzie Noel hit a home run in the 4th inning, and that's where we are in the 6th. 1-1 game. But if you had any worries about Tarek Skubal, let's face it, until we saw him ground ball to short, Arias will gather it up off his shoe tops, an easy flip to Noel. 2 up, 2 down, 3 pitches. 2 soft ground balls to short. Until we actually saw Tarek Skubal, there was always going to be that, how is he? Is he really okay? And Dan, the stuff today was electric.
And really, you knew that if there was any chance that he was going to pitch in that game, he had to be over 100% sure that he was healthy. You know, there's no way that anything less than 100% they were going to let him go out there and pitch.
Wenzel Perez shows bunt, pulls the bat back. Strike 1. And a good start for Tanner Bibee. This is what he does against the Tigers. Gavin Williams, Tanner Bibee. He's given up 4 earned runs his last 24 innings against the Tigers. Perez swings and pops it up. Will it be playable? Long run for Ramirez. He won't be able to get there. The hat comes flying off. This game brought to you in part by Corewell Health, reminding you together we can overcome any obstacle, fight any battle. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers. Perez falls behind 0-2. Bloop single and a called 3rd strike on a fastball in his last time up. He's due to drive the ball somewhere. Jones in right field straight up, standing in the shadows of the light tower. Shadows bracketing him on either side. The 0-2. Ground ball foul. Curveball's been a weapon for Tanner Bibee. He's thrown his cutter about twice as often as he normally does. 4 out of every 10 pitches versus coming in 2 out of every 10. Making it 3 really good starts in a row for the Guardians. The 0-2 again. Swinging a pop-up and playable. Ramirez will come over. Nope, he didn't hit it high enough. That's about as baby of a baby pop-up as you will see. Landed by the third base coach's box, and when Ramirez shaded up the middle just slightly, ran over, and it just didn't stay up in the... There was no hang time.
That's that change-up off the plate. He just got to flick the barrel of the bat. Everybody's got a smiling about that one.
Hard to hit a pop-up like that on a full swing. Left his bat at 46 miles an hour. This will be the 5th pitch of the at-bat. Again, the 0-2. Lays off the curveball down and in. So this is the end of the day for Tanner Bibee. His pitch count at 99, about to hit 100. Stephen Vogt has allowed him to go past 100 several times this year. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup. Wenzel Perez strikes out, and both starting pitchers put an exclamation point on the end of their day.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
Consultation at 248-292-5000 and hear about our affordable finance options.
Pitching change brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. 1-1 tie, top of the 7th inning. 7th inning is brought to you by Verizon, the #1 network in Detroit. Stephen Kwan leads off. New Tigers pitcher Troy Melton, 97. Fastball on the outside edge for a called strike one. That's the pitch we're kind of watching in recent outings for Troy Melton. He's been missing arm side to lefties with the fastball a lot. Fly ball to center field off the cutter. Softly hit to Parker Meadows. In a step. Makes a catch. One up, one down. We have just so enjoyed watching this young man pitch. This is his 14th appearance. He's made 3 starts. This is his role going forward. Pitching out of the bullpen. 39 innings of work and a 2.50 ERA so far. And Dan, it still feels like he is adapting to the new role.
I think you're right on.
Ramirez takes a backdoor cutter. Close. Martinez takes a backdoor cutter, ball one.
I think because he's used to some kind of a routine, and it hasn't been that way for him yet.
1-0 fastball up and away, and you have to learn as a starter turned reliever that you're not going to get on a mound very often, like almost ever.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The last time out in Miami Saturday, he told me he felt sharp.
2-0, cutter away. This is what we've seen a lot, just a lot of misses away to left-handed batters.
Just that inactivity, you know, is what
hard
it is.
To stay sharp.
Exactly. And that last time out, he felt 3 innings. He felt good.
Fastball at the belt for a called strike. This is a switch hitter who is much better as a right-handed batter. Angel Martinez hitting just 200. This is a guy you really want to be able to go after. 200 with no power from the left side. The 3-1 missed badly. Yeah, because as a starter and in his early relief outings, it was premium strike throwing. And now with a lot of inactivity in between appearances several times now, you can just see the sharpness isn't there. But this is a guy who is at a 70% strike rate right up until his outings this month. And walks have been a prominent feature in most of his outings in the month of September. Ramirez takes a breaking ball that bounces.
Well, he had that outing in New York where he went 2 innings, struck out 4, did give up a run, but, you know, then 3 days later he was back in there again, and I think that's why he felt so good in Miami. Did give nicked by a home run there, but just felt like he was throwing the ball well.
Ramirez swings and hits a high fly ball right field. That's deep, that's trouble, and that ball is gone. Jose Ramirez, 2-run home run. Guardians take a 3-1 lead in the 7th.
Yeah, Dan, that's just too bad. I mean, a guy like Jose Ramirez, but that's what bothered Troy Melton the last time out. He fell behind 2-0 to Troy Johnston and threw the cutter in the exact same location as he just threw that one to Jose Ramirez, that happy zone down and into the left-handed hitter. Troy Johnston delivered that big home run, and Jose Ramirez did the same. It's just fallen behind, and that cutter just too good. You backdoor it, it's a different story, but down and into those left-handed hitters, they hit him a long way.
3-1 Guardians trying to sweep the Tigers here at Comerica Park. That is a deflator. Kyle Manzardo steps to the plate. He'll pinch hit for David Fry. First pitch fastball, middle, 98, strike one. The strike one. Splitter bounces up to home plate. And Dan, when you've got 5-6 pitches like Troy Melton does, I mean, you think of how does he keep them all sharp? Talk to Tyler Holden about how he keeps all of his pitches sharp. It's not easy. Flat ground work can only take you so far. And again, as a reliever, you're rarely on the mound.
No, and that's maybe why. That's one of the reasons why he's throwing so much, warming up and not getting into the game.
Fly ball, right field. This one's deep and well foul, but man, that had plenty of distance. He turned on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball and pulled it well foul.
That's the thing about, the good stuff and all 5 pitches in the starter repertoire, but you've still got to make good quality pitches.
2-2. Ground ball to second base. Gleyber Torres will charge, get around it, field and flip to Torkelson. Check some scores from the 1-800-CALL SAM Studios scoreboard. Toronto goes into the day today. They have been just playing great baseball. They lead the Yankees by 4 in the East. Lost yesterday, and Tampa has a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning today, but they have opened up a pretty substantial lead in the race for best record in the American League. Slider strike on the outside edge to Gabriel Arias. 3-1, our score here. Guardians on top. We're in the 7th inning. Mets lead San Diego 5-1. That game is in the 6th inning at Citi Field. Ground ball deep in the hole at short. Sweeney fields, but then falls to the ground. Arias will have an infield single, as well as first station identification. This is the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Mets again with the 5-1 lead. They are clinging to the 3rd and final wildcard spot. Arizona's trying to get into it. There's a bunch of teams around the 500 mark, but nobody can get on a hot streak to catch the Mets. Kenzie Noel swings and misses at a slider. 5-1 lead over San Diego in the 6th inning. Athletics have a 4-2 lead over Boston. That game's in the 5th inning at Fenway Park. Boston and Seattle right now tied for the 3rd wild card. Soft tapper back to the mound. That was a foul. That went off of Kenzie Noel. No balls and 2 strikes. Lots of afternoon action. Kansas City rallied late to beat Seattle yesterday, so that meant with the Houston win, Houston is back in first place by a half game over Seattle. Those 2 teams meet for their final meeting of the year this weekend. 1-0 Seattle over Kansas City. That game is in the bottom of the 4th inning in KC. The weekend series, Seattle and Houston, takes place in Houston. What a race that is. Seattle's 10-game win streak came to an end yesterday?
Yeah.
11, 12, 13. It felt like they weren't ever going to lose again.
Well, and then Texas was right on their heels, too. Now they've lost 4 straight. Kind of fallen back just a little bit. Man, it's just, you're right there. You work so hard. You're within 2 games, and then you got to keep winning. You have one of those little losing streaks, and then, bam, it's just so demoralizing.
Every win, every little win streak or losing streak matters so much. That's why Cleveland, 4.5 back of the Tigers, chance to be 3.5 back with a win today. They are still contending not only for the Central, but also for the 3rd wild card. They are 2.5 back of Seattle now in that race. The 0-2 to Kenzie Noel. Slider in the dirt, bounces away from Dingler. Arias goes down to second base. It's just not quite the same sharpness from Troy Melton. They are really trying to figure it out. And you're right, Dan. We've seen him up and throwing a lot in the bullpen. They just really believe Troy Melton can be such a weapon with this stuff in the postseason, but it's still a new role for him. Slider in the dirt. It's learning when to get up. How long does it take to get warm? How do I keep all my pitches sharp? The 2 starts he made after his major league debut, 12 shutout innings, were just dynamite. The 2-2, swing and a miss, 99 by him. Noel strikes out. Jose Ramirez, 29th home run of the year, gives the Guardians a lead. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by DTE, Manager Energy Use and Save.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 450-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Change for the Guardians, brought to you by Primitive Performance. Stay in the game with Primitive Performance and their fast-acting CBD topical cream. Don't see too many relievers used 3 consecutive days. But Tim Herron will be used for a 3rd consecutive day in this series. The lefty, who's been a little bit wild with his command this year, takes over on the mound, protecting a 3-1 lead in the 7th.
Another one that's been 4 out of 5 also.
Fastball up and away, and Ibanez pinch hits for Trey Sweeney.
You keep waiting for this to just these arms to get a little bit tired and for the base on balls to start catching up to Herron.
1-0, slider away, 2-0 on Ibanez. Bottom third of the order, Ibanez, Dingler, McKinstry, the 3 scheduled batters. Herron works third base side, the 2-0. Fastball up and away. Talked about it a lot the last couple of days. Guy who had a decent walk rate and had a phenomenal year last year. The walk rate has doubled this year. The 3-0 up and away, and on 4 pitches, he walks a guy who, well, just doesn't like to walk. Andy Ibanez draws a leadoff walk in the 7th inning. Tigers down 2. That means the potential tying run steps to the plate in the form of Dylan Dingler. 3-1 Guardians in the 7th.
Boy, and those weren't close either, Dan. Those were all arm side, up and away from the right-hander. Dylan Dingler can sit nice and pretty here, just waiting for something that he likes. Aaron likes to rely on that curveball, 4-seamer, and slider.
Righties have the big edge against him. They hit him for higher average. First pitch fastball a little bit low, ball 1. Higher average and more power for right-handed batters. He walks lefties at a very high rate. The 1-0. 94 out of third for a called strike. Dingler 0 for 2 today. Very consistent season. Came in hitting .278. 13 home runs. The 1-1. Curveball misses down and in. He's got the good hitters count. Righties doesn't give up a lot of extra base hits. 3 home runs and 83 at-bats. Not a big number. 5 home runs for the season for this lefty in 40 innings of work. The 2-1. Big miss away. 3-1.
This is what we kept waiting for in the first 2 games of this series that Herron appeared in.
Gaddis, Colby Allard, a lefty, warming in the bullpen for the Guardians. 3-1 lead for the Guardians. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a shot fouled on the first base line. A little late on a sinker at 94 away. Can Herron throw consecutive strikes?
That's it. That's the key. You got to throw a strike here. You got to just say, you know what, whatever I feel comfortable in. You can't trick Dylan Dingler. You got to be able to throw a strike.
3-2. Swing and a little tap. Foul on a curveball down and in.
Boy, he did it too. He relies on that. It's his most used pitch, that curveball. So he must have confidence to throw a strike with it.
I think he'd snap off another. 3-2. Swinging a shot. Grab by Herron. He'll run to first and double off Ibanez. Line drive not smoked, and Herron made the catch. I think even if he doesn't, Arias is behind him, and it would have been a double play anyway. I mean, Rocchio behind him.
You're right, Dan. Yep, it was just kind of one of those change-ups it looked like that were hit back he kind of flinched that it was coming back and then righted himself, made the catch. Yeah, it was 65 off the bat, and Rocchio was just going to be able to field that step on second and throw to first.
Yeah. 2 outs, it brings up Zach McKinstry. Swings and fouls it out of play.
Man, see, that's the thing about this game. You know, you get a walk and then down 3-1. You're thinking, all right, we're going to be
2 on.
Yeah, we're going to have first and second, nobody out. Just like that, boom, 2 outs, nobody on.
Swing and a miss at a curveball, and Zach McKinstry falls behind. No balls, 2 strikes, 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a bounce out. 3 runs, 9 hits for the Guardians, 1 run, 4 hits for the Tigers. Final line for Tarek Skubal. He's up 1 run on 7 hits in 6 innings, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. 7 hits was the surprise, since a lot of that was at the bottom part of the order. But the 9 punch-outs spoke to the stuff. Breaking ball down and away. 1-2 on Zach McKinstry. Tigers now trying to start something with 2 outs and the base is empty in the 7th. Guardians are 7 outs away from a sweep of the Tigers. Tigers swept the Guardians in Cleveland in July. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Curveball down. McKinstry strikes out. In the end, Tigers minimum 3 batters.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
Man, umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped. They got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's Panto.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Brian Rocchio facing Troy Melton. First pitch, 97-mile-an-hour fastball down. One of the big stories in this game, the bottom 4 hitters. Noel, Rocchio, Hedges, Jones, we detailed all their struggles at the plate this year. Fly ball, center field. Deep, but playable for Meadows. Back 3 steps, and he'll backpedal some more. Make the catch straight away, center, 1-0. Deep fly ball out off the bat of Rocchio. But one of the big storylines in this game, those 4 hitters had 12 trips to the plate and reached 7 times against Tarek Skubal. Noel with the home run, but given all their struggles, Dan, that was kind of a stunner. And given the stuff that Tarek Skubal had today. First pitch, slider strike, outside edge to Austin Hedges.
Yeah, that's the thing we always just talk about. There's only a couple of guys in this lineup that you want to be really careful of, and you don't figure it's going to be the bottom of the order.
Breaking ball away, 1-1. Tyler Holton loose in the Tigers bullpen, ready. A lefty Jones on deck. A lefty Kwan would follow him. The 1-1. Fastball 98 away. Didn't miss by much. Told you Tarek Skubal's final line. 1 run on 7 hits, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts in 6 innings. That's brought to you by Fikert Law. All they do is win. 2-1. Swinging a high fly ball, shallow left center. McKinstry, Al Riley Green will call him off. Make the catch, cutting in between Meadows and McKinstry in shallow left center. Soft little pop-up. Second out in the 8th inning. A.J. Hinch on his way to the mound. Tigers will be going to their bullpen. Every Tigers home run this year is a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or pizza portal pickup. Tigers down 3-1. 2 outs, bases empty in the 8th. While they make the change, we'll pause for these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
At Rocket, we believe everyone deserves their shot at the American dream.
Nevera Tecnomaster con 10 años de garantía en el compresor. Verter, disponible en Plaza Lama.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches. A hand steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chef.
8th inning today is brought to you by Hatfield Foods. Better care, better pork. 3-1 Guardians. Tyler Holton takes over on the mound. Pitch and change brought to you by our Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Now, Tyler pitched on Tuesday and had another one of those good outings. Inning and 2/3. Didn't allow a hit with a strikeout. And he was hitting his spots with that good stuff.
First pitch sweeper gets the called strike down and away to Nolan Jones. 1 for 3 for Jones today. Singled off Skubal in his middle at bat. Starting to see those zeros now pile up for Tyler Holton. 4 of his last 5 outings. Sinker down and away. Misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. An up and down season. Still wipes out lefties. Righties have hit him for average and power. Swinging a foul out of play on a sinker away. 1-2. But I agree, Dan, it's that sharpness is starting to come back. Guy that A.J. relied on for multiple inning outings a ton last year. Hasn't worked as many this year. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Sweeper gets Jones. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Tyler Holton gets the final out of the top of the 8th. Tigers have some work to do. 3-1.
Before he was feared on the field, Ronald Acuña Jr. was chasing wins on a different kind of field. For the Acuñas, el béisbol was a story told in fastballs and late-night rematches. Every loading screen was a part of the strategy. Smash de botones. Smash de jonrones. That's how La Bestia was born.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I got to eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me, everything's good. I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
Hardest working player brought to you again by Carhartt. Proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball and all the hardworking people who make it possible. Tarek Skubal. Everybody works hard every day, but Tarek Skubal gets this one today. 1 run on 6 hits and 1 run on 7 hits in 6 innings of work with 9 strikeouts. Jahmai Jones, ground ball fouled on the third base line. Pitching change brought to you by your Primitive Performance. Stay in the game with Primitive Performance and their fast-acting CBD topical cream. Colby Allard, another lefty out of that bullpen for Cleveland. Their third lefty, and the one we have not seen. Swinging a little soft tap foul, is having a very good year. He has had no success at the major league level until this year. Dan, 30th appearance. He's a 2 and 3 inning at a time guy. 59 innings of work and a 2.90 ERA. The 0-2 changeup misses low and outside.
It's been a while since he's been out there. Also, September 4th is the last time he's pitched. Talking about trying to be sharp.
Arms up over his head, full windup, swinging a soft ground ball foul. It's changeup after changeup after changeup. Jahmai Jones pinch hitting for Parker Meadows. Tigers need base runners, down 3-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning, trying to avoid a sweep at the hands of the Guardians. More balls hit in the air than on the ground. Not really a fly ball pitcher. The 1-2. Swinging a fly ball, right center field. Martinez and the right fielder Jones ducks down at the last. And Martinez makes the catch. That looked like we were heading for a collision. The two talk it over, pat each other on the shoulder, head back to their respective positions. Martinez did a nice job not being distracted by Jones to make the catch.
Yeah, and I think that ended up being really, really good communication. Obviously, we couldn't hear him, but I'll bet you he was screaming, I got it, I got it, I got it. And that's when Jones got out of the way.
First pitch curveball is a big bender. The traditional 12-6 gets a called strike on Gleyber Torres. So Jones pinch hitting the fly ball out. Good swing. Gleyber Torres takes a changeup away by the numbers by run value. Fastball has been his best pitch with the changeup for Colby Allard. The 1-1. Fastball up and away.
They're not going to overpower you or light up a radar gun. Fastball sits right at about 90 miles an hour.
Very little swing and miss. 2-1. Fastball away. So if you get little swing and miss, if you're a pitch to contact guy, you have to do several things well. Usually you're a ground ball guy. He's not, but he does limit the hard contact, and that's a real skill. The 3-1. Off the plate away. Gleyber Torres draws a walk. Means a potential tying run. Will step to the plate. Kerry Carpenter will go left on left against Colby Allard. Lefties have had success against this lefty. Kerry's hit 3 home runs against lefties this year, 310. Not much power, but they generally put the ball in play, and they've had some success. Swinging a soft line drive that'll be dropped by the shortstop, Arias. It was a little soft liner, went over the glove of Ramirez, hit the glove of Arias, he dropped it, and then got the force at second base on Gleyber Torres. Kerry Carpenter fortunately kept on running because it looked like that ball was going to be caught.
And it almost looked like they were trying to trick again, into letting that ball drop and then see if Kerry Carpenter was running down the line, which he was.
I think Arias was genuinely blocked by Ramirez.
He was. But just after it went over Ramirez, it just looked like, oh man, he looked up to see where they were and then just wisely just threw the out at second.
Austin Hedges out to talk with his young lefty. Before Riley Green steps to the plate. A couple of scores in the 1-800-CALL SAM Studio scoreboard. Tampa Bay still leads Toronto 4-0. That game's in the 8th inning down in Tampa. Seattle 1-0 over Kansas City. Bottom of the 6th inning in KC. Athletics over at Boston 4-2 at Fenway. That game's in the top of the 7th inning. Mets 6-1 over San Diego in the 7th in New York. Riley's 0 for 3 today. Good swings in the game yesterday. First pitch, fastball high and tight. Lefties have hit .310 against this lefty. 2 home runs in their 71 at-bats. Tigers down 3-1 in the 8th. Riley swings. That's the pitch. Fastball in. Fouled it back to the screen.
Then Hedges went out and talked to Allard right before this at-bat, and you just wonder what he was talking about, like going right after Riley Green. Love to see him get on there for torque.
1-1 on the black, away for a cold strike with the fastball. 1-2. I think it'll be Gaddis in the 9th inning. He was up and throwing earlier. The 1-2. Swinging a pop-up foul and out of play. Atlanta's coming in this weekend. Tigers had a chance to clinch the Central with a sweep of the Guardians. Magic number at 7 coming into this series. Now the Guardians are 4 outs away from sweeping the Tigers. The 1-2. Shot foul. Down the first baseline, these two teams will meet again Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in Cleveland. Guardians are going to Minnesota. They've got 4 games this weekend against the Twins. The 1-2. Up and in.
Boy, he's throwing everything in, too. Tried to get a changeup by Riley that he fouled back before that last pitch that was up and in. Just throw something in, another one inside.
2-2, swing and a tap foul, change up down and in. Riley will see at least 8 pitches in this trip to the plate. He's had a lot of long at-bats. He just doesn't have a hit to show for it in this series.
He's staying on that. He's not moving, not giving an inch.
Allard sets the 2-2. Swing and a foul. Busted him high and tight with the fastball. Carpenter's the runner at first. He's there with 2 outs. We're in the 8th inning. 3-1 Guardians have out-hit the Tigers 9-4. Great pitching coming in the last couple of weeks, and they have shut this Tigers offense down. The 2-2. Breaking ball hangs high. Riley saw it. Ball out of hand. 9th pitch of the at-bat is ball 3.
Get on there again. Get on there for torque.
Likely will make him swing. 3-2, swinging a tap foul, sinker in. He just doesn't walk anybody. That would have been ball 4. Sinking action, though, into the lefty, and Riley had to swing. Carpenter will be off for the pitch. Noel playing behind him. Again, the 3-2, swinging a miss. Got him with the fastball. Tigers get a walk and no more. We head to the 9th inning. 3-1 Cleveland after 8 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
All right, guys, who brought the boring, overpriced food to the table?
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. Then robs you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a picture.
Them on every game to a winning season. Home is where your team is, and our home is right here in Detroit.
9th Ninth inning is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Only one bank has been committed to Michigan since 1849. That's Comerica. Tyler Holton facing the top of the order for the Guardians. First pitch sweeper backs up and grabs the inside part of the plate for a called strike one. Banez at third is onto the grass just to the right of the cutout. McKinstry back at short, shades up the middle. The strike one. Shot foul just outside the bag at first. No balls and 2 strikes. Wenzel Perez has moved to center. Jahmai Jones, a pinch hit for Meadows, is in right. Pretty shallow on Stephen Kwan. Not a lot of pop in this bat. They play him to go the opposite way. Holton from the middle of the rubber from the stretch, the 0-2. Big sweeper down and away. Hasn't been a great year at the plate for Kwan. Tigers have handled him after he had 2 hits in game 1. Single and a walk yesterday, 0 for 4 today. 1-2, swing and a foul. That's amazing. I mean,
yes,
that gets a swing and miss on 99% of lefties. Not Stephen Kwan. That was a well-located, sharp-breaking sweeper. The 1-2. Swinging a jam job pop-up softly down the left field line. Long run for Riley Green, but he won't be able to get there. Just not hit high enough. Love to see out this weekend. It's a night game and then 2 day games. Saturday, Sunday, 1:10 Saturday. 1:40 on Sunday before the Tigers head back on the road. Atlanta coming in for 3.
Boy, and the Braves are scoring a lot of runs. I know they're playing the Nationals, who are having some difficulties, but still, there's got a lot of big bats in that lineup, and they're putting up a lot of crooked numbers.
Talent.
Yep.
They've won 5 in a row going into play today. Cutter. Come on. I mean, that's a perfect pitch. That's right where the umpire is set up, and he didn't give him the call. That's a perfect pitch. Strike 3. Didn't get the call. 2-2. The 2-2. Away. And 2 on Stephen Kwan.
He doesn't miss, but that's the other thing. And he's not going to swing at anything that's borderline either. I mean, that's just right on the outside corner, just off the outside corner. Doesn't swing.
3-2, swinging a fly ball to left field, right to Riley Green. Doesn't have to move a step. Makes the catch. 1 out in the 9th inning. Charlie Morton will start for the Tigers in game 1. Need to get Charlie Morton back on track. It's been 3 really tough starts in a row for Morton. Bryce Elder is on the mound for the Atlanta Braves with a 5.50 ERA. The ex-Tiger Joey Wentz also has a 5.50 ERA. He'll start Saturday against Cater Montero. Spencer Strider, not the dominant pitcher that he has been against Casey Mize on Sunday. Strider, surprisingly high 4.60 ERA. The strike 1. Swinging a jam job. Cutter in on the hands. Angel Martinez batting from his stronger right side. Fouls it back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, you're right, Dan. Atlanta's just got, they just got that really good lineup full of young talent. They can bomb the ball. The 0-2. Swinging a fly ball, right field, slicing, and that'll drop. Jahmai Jones over to field it with a bare hand as the ball kind of kicked back to his right. Martinez on an 0-2, singles to right field.
And I don't know how. I mean, it's a curveball. It's well off the plate.
That's some good bat-to-ball skills there.
Yeah, just chopped at it.
Brings up Jose Ramirez. Homeward from the left side against Troy Melton his last time up. He takes a first pitch cutter strike at the knees on the inside corner. 2 for 4 today. Home run was his 29th. RBI 79 and 80. It's like he's going to have a 30-40 season this year. 30 home runs, 40 steals. Cutter misses a little bit low. Most guys, the career trend is they'll steal bases early in their career, then they realize it takes a toll on their body, so they stop stealing bases. Jose Ramirez always stole bases, but now he's cranking it up to another level. And as he gets into his 30s, he's stealing more bases. I just admire the heck out of that.
Oh, yeah. And he just has so much fun playing this game. You can just see how much joy he gets every single day coming to the ballpark and playing.
2-1 in the dirt, and it's just an outsized impact on this Cleveland team. There is almost no help around him in this lineup. And he still continues to deliver the big hit after big hit after big hit. Stronger from the right side since the beginning of last year. The 3-1 swing and a pop-up that will slice into the seats down the right field line. 3-2 on Jose Ramirez. Outfield plays deep, and they play him to pole. Ibanez, McKinstry, Torres, Torkelson from third over to first, to Green, Perez, Jones from left to right in the outfield with Dylan Dingler behind the plate. 3-1 Cleveland. We're in the ninth. The 3-2. Fly ball, left center field, fairly deep. Perez will go back to the left center field gap, make the catch, get the ball in quickly to Zach McKinstry. Didn't make a loud sound coming off the bat. Routine fly ball for the second out in the ninth inning. And that'll leave it up to Kyle Manzardo. Lefty pinch hit for David Fry back in the seventh inning and grounded out. Most of his at-bats come against righties. He's had a very good year. Fastball outer third for a called strike. It's just 170 against lefties, so he doesn't start very many games with a lefty on the mound. Kind of an all-or-nothing guy from the left side against the lefty, meaning he can hit home runs, and he also will swing and miss quite a bit. The strike one. Carter misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looking ahead now to the bottom of the ninth inning for the Tigers. Torkelson, Perez, Ibanez, the scheduled 3 hitters. You would assume Hunter Gaddis is ready in that bullpen, swinging a high pop-up off the bat of Manzardo right side. Torres will call off Torkelson to make the catch on the infield dirt. Torres calls off Torkelson, makes the catch. Last shot for the Tigers.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
Can we recognize the athleticism of the elite security down there?
Unbelievable. I give him a 10. That pretty good.
Yeah. Look at that.
I mean, come on, Joe Ryan.
It's all part of the experience.
This is an experience tonight. Oh, look out. In between the legs of Jose Altuve, almost clipped his buddy in the on-deck circle.
Hey, that'll wake you up.
And Fortes is able to hang on to the foul tip.
Fortes getting a little help from the love handle there.
Pick up a pack of Carbliss for your pregame party and find it inside the stadium to enjoy during every pitch. Carbliss, handcrafted premium ready-to-drink cocktails. Bliss is more. For every Tigers home run, Ashley, the official furniture and mattress provider of the Detroit Tigers, donates up to $500 to nonprofits supporting Michigan kids. Go Tigers!
Hunter Gaddis, working for the 4th time in 6 days, takes over on the mound for the Guardians. Torkelson, Perez, Ibanez to face him. Bottom of the 9th inning, 3-1 Cleveland. First pitch, swinging the ground ball foul. Starts Torkelson off with a slider, and it is almost 90%. Fastball, slider, and it's a lot more sliders than fastballs, and those are his 2 best pitches. Torkelson today 1 for 3, doubled. They also lined out. Slider, swing and a miss.
When if you locate him there too, and Gaddis has 7 straight appearances not being scored upon over 6 innings, only given up just 3 hits. No walks with 4 strikeouts, so he's on one of those rolls, and it's no surprise his Guardian team is on one of those rolls,
yes,
and it's all about this bullpen.
Slider away, 1-2 on Torque. Righties hit for a slightly higher average against Gaddis. There's not much power for righties or lefties, but basically righties, lefties hit him pretty much the same. Full windup, third base side, the 1-2. Away with a slider, 90-91 on the slider. Numbers aren't eye-popping like they were a year ago. ERA is double what it was a year ago, but remember it was 150 last year. Shot to short and off the glove of a lunging Arias to the glove side. Torkelson will turn and hold. That was a rocket. And it ate up Arias at short. Torques had 3 good swings today. Lots of good swings the last couple of weeks, and especially in this series.
Yeah, good short swing right there, and one of those sliders that stayed in the middle of the plate. The other ones were right on that outside corner. Made a mistake with it, and Torque was waiting for it and hammered it into left. Good start here.
You're thinking one swing of the bat. Lefties do have 4 home runs in their 98 at-bats against Gaddis. First pitch, slider right at the knees for a called strike 1. Perez 1 for 3 today. Banez waiting on deck. 16 innings of work in the regular season for Gaddis against the Tigers. He's given up just 5 runs, only 8 strikeouts. For a strikeout an inning guy, that's a low total. 2.80 ERA in his 16 innings. And it felt like in the postseason we saw him, well, we did see him almost every game. He and Smith were dynamite. 4 innings last division series. 1 run on 5 hits. The 1-1. Swing in a soft tap foul, change-up away. Leadoff man on in the 9th inning. Potential tying run now standing at home plate in the form of Wenzel Perez. Arias, the shortstop, shades up the middle. Gaddis works toward the third base side. Big righty sets the 1-2. Fastball away. Really popped the glove of Hedges. That's where he was set up and away. More of a fly ball pitcher than ground ball pitcher. Doesn't get double plays turned behind him. Only 1 this year. The 2-2. Soft ground ball to first. Jhonkensy Noel steps on the bag, throws to second. Torkelson thrown out. There's his second double play of the year. Unassisted 3-6. Bases empty, 2 outs in the 9th.
Boy, Jhonkensy Noel was just 2 steps off the first base bag, not really holding Spencer Torkelson on, and he really didn't have to move. The ball was hit right to him and just took him right to the bag to step on it and make the easy throw down to second to get Spencer Torkelson.
Andy Banez, last hope for the Tigers. First pitch slider at 90, up and away. 3-1 Cleveland. Tigers down to their last out, trying to avoid a sweep. Gaddis with the full windup, the 1-1. Swing and a foul back to the screen, and the Tigers are down to their last strike. Big crowds for these 3 games. They have had little to cheer about. The 1-2. Swing and a foul out of play. Shutout yesterday for the 10th time. Just 1 run today. That was in the 2nd inning.
But missed with that slider out over the plate. That similar pitch that Spencer Torkelson hammered in the left.
The 1-2. Swing and a foul. He made sure that slider down and away was not going to be a called strike.
You see Austin Hedges, too, making sure that he saw his glove. He was wiggling that glove right on that outside corner, like, don't throw it in that middle of the plate again.
The 1-2 pitch. Up and in. Changeup. floated high and tight. Sixth pitch of the at-bat is ball 2. Dingler waiting on deck, hoping he gets a chance to bat. The 2-2 from Gaddis. Swing and a foul. Hard slider away. That's a good foul because that's 90 and it's breaking sharply off the plate.
Yeah, I think Andy looks like he's sitting on it, and rightly so, because he gets a lot of those sliders.
The 2-2 again. Swing and a pop-up, and this should do it. Ramirez into foul territory, is under it, makes the catch, and the Guardians sweep the Tigers. Tarek Skubal with electric stuff today in his return, but the Tigers just couldn't score runs against the Guardians. 1 run in the last 2 games, and the lead in the Central is down to 3.5. Our final score, Cleveland 3, the Tigers 1.
At Comerica Bank, we're creating opportunity for small businesses to make it big. Big like hearing your small business featured in a radio ad for free, or getting free sports tickets to entertain a client. Comerica Bank brings big perks like these and more to every small business customer. To learn how opportunity happens here, visit Comerica.com.